Minecraft can now be beaten in just 6 minutes and 40 seconds. Skycrab achieved that time just recently, pushing Minecraft speedrunning further than ever before. But getting to this point took years of glitches, strategies, insane routes, and players constantly finding new ways to break the game. So how did we get here? This is the history of Minecraft speedrunning. Starting from the very beginning, in 2009 when Minecraft became public, you couldn't actually even speedrun it. All you could do in the game was build stuff because you were trapped in creative. But just 1 year of updates later, you could start to see Minecraft really becoming Minecraft. Survival mode is added to the game, there's enemies, exploration, and most importantly, diamonds are added to the game. This was the first ever thing people actually tried to speedrun, and SF17K would upload the first ever Minecraft speedrun. In this complex speedrun where he manages to find a diamond in 3 minutes, he breaks down a tree, crafts at lightning pace, digs straight down, gets lucky, smelts his iron, makes an iron pick, mines down again, and he gets super lucky and finds a diamond. And you know this guy's legit because you can't change the seed in this version. But everything changed after something extremely important happened. Minecraft gets an actual end goal, and on January 25th, 2012, over in Japan, a Japanese speedrunner named Doya uploaded one of the first ever Minecraft speedruns where he was able to beat the game in just under 4 hours. And then in just a year, that time got reduced to 1 hour, and then just 37 minutes by a player called Taro Kitchen. In this run, Taro Kitchen starts off by getting all the basic tools, and then he heads into a cave to get all the iron he'll need for the entire run. He gets food using a flint and steel, and he hunts down endermen at nighttime before entering the nether. Once he has enough ender pearls, he finds a lava pool and makes a portal in a way I've never seen before. He gets lucky enough to spawn next to a fortress and farms blazes before re-entering the overworld. And wait, is he looting a desert temple? Did you forget that this was a speedrun? Oh wait, never mind. Apparently, in this version of the game, the colored blocks on desert temples were actually made out of wool. He collects all of this wool in order to make beds for the ender dragon fight. He then throws his eyes and finds a stronghold as the game intended, since there's no calculators yet. Once he gets to the end, he waits for the ender dragon to approach him and then blows it up. And just like that, Taro Kitchen holds the world record. This was honestly a really impressive speedrun considering that this was in 2014. Taro Kitchen was on the top of speedrun.com's leaderboards for literally 5 years. But if we ignore Japan, Set Seed category was actually very popular, and you might even recognize some big names. The only new mechanics I found were runners relying on super rare finished end portals and snowballs to break crystals. These runs were not very advanced though, since there weren't any Minecraft updates that really changed how people speedrun the game that much. And it wasn't until 2018 where a major breakthrough would occur. Village strats. With the release of 1.14, villagers now had the ability to trade with players. Before 1.14, players had to hunt for endermen, which made getting pearls a massive time sink. But now you could just mine 100 trees, turn the sticks into logs, trade those sticks for emeralds, and buy ender pearls. This combined with the OP trade restock mechanics back in 1.14.4, Dream was able to get the world record. And in his run, he started off by heading to a desert temple, but instead of looting the desert temple first and using the TNT to get wood later, he spends a minute getting wood first. Afterwards, he crafts his essentials, burns some animals, and enters the nether at 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Dream gets all the blaze rods he needs and returns to the overworld 3 minutes later. He finds a village, steals some beds, crafts a bow, and 3 golden axes for some reason. And then he spends 8 minutes of the run mining wood, and after he finishes trading for all the pearls he needs, he starts searching for the stronghold. Still no calculator, by the way. He enters the end 27 minutes into the run, shoots the crystals, shoots the dragon, and takes it down with his sword. And Dream beats the game in just 32 minutes and 20 seconds. Just one game version later, Dream managed to demolish his previous record by an entire 10 minutes. And it's all thanks to a sword named Penis. After going through a village, Dream decided to loot the desert temple too, and it's in this desert temple where he was able to find a looting 3 book and some diamonds. With this, Dream headed to a cave and mined a lot more iron than he would need in order to craft an anvil. In the nether, he combined the book and sword, named it Penis, which was necessary, and flew by the blazes because looting 3 increases the amount of items a mob can drop, which means the blazes were dropping a lot of rods. He gets back to the overworld just 3 minutes after entering the nether, and using Penis, he was also able to get ender pearls very fast through endermen. So no village strats this run. He beats the ender dragon in the same way, shooting the crystals and stabbing its head, and just like that, Dream was able to beat the game in just 22 minutes, which is insane. So how do you make Minecraft any faster? Well, The Nether update revolutionized Minecraft speedrunning completely. With the addition of ruined portals, bastions, piglins, gold, and a bunch of other random things, like who even thought of creating this thing? Now you didn't have to rely on endermen or villagers for ender pearls anymore, but if you did, there was a whole biome for that. Trading with piglins was another great source of pearls. For example, in Illumina's run, which was slightly faster than Dream's, he was able to get a faster run without a looting sword or a penis. He was simply more mechanically faster than Dream. In this run, he also bartered with just a singular piglin to get all of his pearls. Also no calc yet. Calc is short for calculator, by the way. In the background, Dream's manhunt videos are blowing up, and this is really helping bring big attention to the speedrunning community. Not to mention, it's lockdown and there's nothing to do but social distance or play Minecraft. Oh wait, I almost forgot. This is also when Dream got into his first controversy. Basically, he cheated by adjusting the drop rates of mobs. And 1.16.1 has become the main version for speedrunning. Even to this day, this is the version what most people play random seed glitchless on. If you're wondering why, Mojang for some reason nerfed pearl bartering rates in 1.16.2. It used to be a 4.7% chance to get a pearl trade where you would get 4 to 8 pearls from a piglin, but after the nerf, that became a 2.5% chance for just 2 to 4 pearls per trade. And now we start to enter the modern era, where speedrunners like Illumina, Curryway, Feinberg, and Fruitberries, and many others push this version to its limits. How? One way is through bastion routes. In order to get ender pearls and a bunch of other important stuff, speedrunners created bastion routes which allowed them to get as much gold as possible in the least amount of time, so they could give this gold to the piglins and barter for the needed items. The chests in the bastion were also useful, which had obsidian and crossbows in them. Another way is through calculators. When you throw an Eye of Ender, it flies in the direction of the stronghold, and because speedrunners know exactly where they're standing when they throw the eye, and can measure the direction it travels in, they use that information to figure out where the stronghold is, and there's some crazy math behind this. And top speedrunners now just use a single eye to measure exactly where the stronghold is. This allows for nether travel, and if you have enough obsidian from your bastion route, after killing your blazes you can actually go to the overworld, measure your eye, find out exactly where your stronghold is, and just get to those coordinates in the nether, because each block in the nether is 8 blocks in the overworld, which makes nether travel so much faster. Obviously calculators were controversial because aren't they cheating? I mean, you're basically using a software to tell you exactly where the stronghold is. I don't know. If the Ender Dragon wasn't humiliated enough by speedrunners blowing it up with beds, people decided that waiting for the Ender Dragon to perch in the middle took too long, so why not just build up to the Ender Dragon and blow it up with beds instead? The Ender Dragon is genuinely a joke. This is called zero cycling and it's actually really cool and pretty hard mechanically, and there's quite a lot of memorization to do this. Using these methods and many others, speedrunners started beating Minecraft in times no one imagined would come true. Curryway was the first ever speedrunner to get a sub 15 run. Just 5.5 months later, Brentilda was able to get the first ever sub 10 speedrun. And these guys got these insane times without the use of calculators because they were banned until December 2021. And just 2 years later, something amazing happened. MCSR Ranked got released and this was amazing. Players can now race each other to beat the game now. Speedrunning doesn't have to be so lonely anymore. And it's actually starting to develop a competitive scene since the 2026 World Championship had a $25,000 prize pool. Players are getting world records by shaving seconds off each other's times, and we get to 2026, which is an amazing year for the speedrunning community thanks to Ludwig. Ludwig was the dirt of the speedrunning community. He was a new Minecraft player who got into speedrunning and showed how anyone, no matter how terrible you are at the game, with perseverance, grit, and hard work, you can succeed. Ludwig has literally beaten the game in 15 minutes. That's actually really good. He's brought a lot of attention and new players to the speedrunning community, and he was the one who hosted the $25,000 championship. So thank you, Ludwig. You've done a lot. We also just had a world record this year with Skycrab beating the game in just 6 minutes and 40 seconds. He really deserves this world record. He's been grinding at it for a long time, and especially with the Enderman incident that we all know about, where he could have had a record for beating the game 20 seconds faster, but he got killed by an Enderman when he was about to enter the portal.
Nice!
It's truly amazing how far this community has come over the past 17 years, and how many amazing memories that this community has given us. I'm sure the community will only grow and expand with new creators trying out speedrunning, world records being pushed to human limit, and much more. And that was the history of Minecraft speedrunning.